welcome to live coverage of the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic Championship. Coming up out of the greater San Antonio area, the Alamo Heights Mules, and out of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, the AAA Academy Stallions. It's the championship game of the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic, and it's coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Well, the national anthem playing here. We'll pause for just a moment here to honor America, but I'm Joe Taylor alongside D1Nation.com, Max Ivany. We have a whale of a championship game for you, but we'll let the conclusion of the national anthem air. For the championship game, as we get a good look at AAA Academy Stallions and the Alamo Heights Mules. It couldn't be a tale of two different squads. Back here with you courtside here at the competition gym here on the campus of Westlake High School. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivany. He'll join me in just a second. And one thing to note about this particular ball game, it's a different style of basketball between these two teams. AAA, they will push the ball. They'll try to push the tempo. A great backcourt there with Tyler Singleton, and guys like Tyler Singleton along with King McClure will try to push the envelope. They'll try to push the pace of this ball game, get up big, and their emphasis is on obviously scoring points and doing so in a very athletic manner. Max Ivany from D1Nation.com. Max, really when you look at the flip side, the Alamo Heights Mules, completely different set of offensive juggernaut down low, and it starts with 6'10", 225 pounds.
6'10" Ben Lammers. He's headed to Georgia Tech in the ACC. He's legit. He's the best passing big man in the state. He's also the best shot blocker in the state. Everything will go through him. He's going to be real tough to handle. We'll
take a look at the starting lineups here. First for the AAA Academy Stallions, their head coach Tim Singleton. Of course, he is the father of the starting guard, Tyler Singleton, a 6'3" junior guard. Frank Hollis, a 6' senior guard. And, of course, the man we talked about, scored 54 points. King McClure in the first two ball games of this tournament. 6'3" junior, Duke, Indiana, Florida. He's just a junior, but when Coach K out of Duke is paying attention, we have to pay attention to guys like King McClure, Gary Bro, and Dalen Mumphrey rounding out the starting lineup here for the Stallions of AAA Academy.
Yeah, I don't think too much is going to rattle King. I talked to his coach, Coach Gaines, the assistant, earlier, and he said, Max, every day there's Coach K, there's Billy Donovan, there's Rick Barnes. Everybody's in there in the gym watching him. So the kids he just takes it all in stride.
For the Alamo Heights, it'll be Mules. It'll be Zach Ford, a 5'8" junior guard. David Favorite, the 6'2" junior guard. Max Riemenschneider, a 6'1" senior guard. Jim Lammers at 6'3". He's a senior guard. Ben Lammers, committed to Georgia Tech, as Max told you earlier, 6'10", 225 pounds. Good passing big men like Max mentioned, but again, you see Jim Lammers and Ben Lammers, not brothers, first cousins, so there's some pedigree there with not only the size, but also just the basketball IQ between these family members. They're going to try to work it to perfection tonight, but he is a very big target, Ben Lammers, and again, just a very smooth post player.
Well, keep in mind as well now, Alamo Heights is undefeated, Joe. They're well coached by Coach Brewer. Their guards are deceptively athletic. They'll get up and guard you. So this isn't going to be just the bigs against the littles. The Alamo Heights kids will push the pace if necessary.
Our officials tonight, again, just the crew from the UIL on loan. As we take a look at our officials, it's Chris Wales along with Gerald Ledbetter and Travis Motal. Our officials tonight, again, brought to you by the good folks at Ronald McDonald House. Again, high school basketball games on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel will be available on Time Warner Cable Local On Demand. So please check your Time Warner Cable Local On Demand for this game and other great games from across the great state of Texas. And, of course, for more information on this and other great games and shows on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, visit the website at twcsportschannel.com. I'm Joe, he's Max, and we're in for a whale of a game here between the AAA Academy Stallions and the Alamo Heights Mules, and it's underway. Singleton with a quick pass over to the left wing. King McClure pulling up from 18 feet, and he swishes the nylon there from the left baseline. Good pull-up jumper there from 18 feet away, and the men in black already underway with the scoring as they put the first 2 points on the board. King McClure with the first bucket there. We get a good look at Alamo Heights here on the left side of the court. Max Riemenschneider now backing it up to David Favorite. Favorite back out to Zach Ford to reset the offense as we are 30 seconds into this championship game here in the 2013 Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. David Favorite now back out front to Riemenschneider, and it'll be a turnover here. Actually, just a brief timeout, it looked like. Tim Singleton there just calling for a quick 30-second timeout. They'll reset here away from, now over on the left wing here to David Favorite. Back over to the right side to Jim Lammers. Lammers now back out to Ford. Ford on the right wing, back to Lammers. The smaller of the two, Cousins. Now a little jumper in the middle of the lane, and that falls for Riemenschneider. So the ball game is tied, just under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. King McClure trying to make a move down the baseline with the right hand. He's quick to the basket, and that one is good. So not only the pull-up jumper, but also the dribble penetration game in check for King McClure.
On one end, Riemenschneider's deceptively athletic. On the other end, it seems like King McClure never takes a bad shot. He looks good even when he misses.
Now here's a no-look pass to the corner on the steal by King McClure, and that shot from the corner by Singleton no good. But now with another opportunity from the left wing, this one falls for Frank Hollis. The three-pointer good for Frank Hollis on the left wing. A 7-2 advantage here for AAA Academy. Now Riemenschneider just trying to get out of the trap. Now down low, a first look in the post, and that shot is going to count for the big man, Ben Lammers, at 6'10", really using that power, especially on the lower extremities there. We get a good look at the replay, just taking on man for man there, Dalen Mumphrey, and he emerges with not only the basket, but the foul. Here's the and one free throw shot from Big Ben Lammers, and that one is no good, off the mark, off the back iron. 7-4 advantage here for AAA Academy. Pull up three-pointer, and this one falls. King McClure on fire, 3 for 3 from the field here early on.
You're looking at the #1 shooting guard in the talent-rich state of Texas, probably one of the top 5 shooting guards in the class of 2015 nationally, Joe.
Jim Lammers trying to pass to his cousin. That one goes off his cousin's lower body, and now a long rebound just kind of collectively handled there, and a three-point shot for David Favorite from the left wing, and that one is good. Both teams trading blows here early on in the first quarter. Here's Singleton trying to slow the pace a little bit on the right wing. Back up top to King McClure. King with a stutter step and a three-point shot. That one is good. 4 for 4 as the young man starts an insane streak shooting from the field. He has 10 points in the first 4 minutes and 40 seconds of this contest. There's a steal on the other end, but a whistle.
10-second violation.
Actually, it's a 10-second violation. Unfortunately, good defense there for the AAA Academy Stallions, as they were able to play enough good defense in the inbound pass. It's a 10-second violation, so another turnover there. Now King McClure, it's just a one-man show. 5 for 5. That one good from the left elbow.
Heat
Wow.
check, he's on fire, Joe.
12 points here early on in the first 3.5 minutes. Now the left wing, the three-point shot is up for Jim Lammers. It's no good off the front iron. Rebound controlled by Favorite. Favorite out to Ben Lammers. Back over to Lammers the younger. And Jim Lammers comes up short again. And Lammers has that shot go long off the rebound, and unable to control it on the other end was Riemenschneider, so it goes out of bounds, and the ball will belong to AAA Academy. The Stallions dressed in their black uniforms, gold letters and gold numbers. The white uniforms with the blue numerals trimmed in gold here for the Mules of Alamo Heights, just down San Antonio way. 15-7, 4.5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter, a 15-7 lead. Now a cross-court pass towards the corner to Hollis. Hollis just back out to King McClure. King McClure with another three-pointer. 6 of 6 from the field. 2 of those from beyond the arc. Make it 3 three-pointers, 15 points for King McClure.
Alamo Heights going to have to extend their defense and keep it from getting good looks.
There's another three-pointer knocked down by Max Riemenschneider. Offense is on display here for both ball clubs. Now driving is Singleton. Singleton with a pull-up jumper from the right elbow. That one is no good, but a foul is called underneath on the rebound. And it's a foul that will be charged to Alamo Heights, their first team foul here. And you can see just a good shot there from the right elbow. An immediate timeout here. We'll be right back with coverage of the Westlake Holiday Classic Championship game right here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
Competition gym here live on the campus of Westlake High School. Again, the Ronald McDonald House, a place for homes for families with critically ill and injured children. Last year, Ronald McDonald House Charities in Austin served over 2,000 families through the Ronald McDonald House and Family Rooms. Again, proud sponsors and, of course, benefactors here for the Westlake Holiday Classic. An 18-10 lead, and 15 of those 18 belonging to AAA Academy's King McClure. He scored 15 points. The alley-oop on the inbound is good. Singleton there on the glass to Dalen Mumphrey, who slams it home. Not the cleanest slam dunk you'll ever see, but it falls nonetheless. 20-10, largest lead of the night. Here's a lob pass inside to Ben Lammers that's tipped away. And Alamo Heights will have the ball underneath their own basket with a 10-point deficit here, 3:41 to play. 3:41, here's the lob pass on the layup, and Ben Lammers has his third and fourth point, now pushing the envelope here on the other end. A nice little layup in transition belongs to Gary Bro, the 6'3" senior forward. So transition buckets here for the AAA Academy Stallions out of Dallas. Now beating the press on the right side. Now they get it inside here to the big man, Ben Lammers, trying to no-look pass to the corner, and a foul is called. And you can see the double team immediately swarm the big man down low, Ben Lammers.
Every team's going to make a run, Joe. AAA from Dallas is making theirs early. What I don't like is I've only seen Lammers touch the ball twice. He's touched it twice. He's drawn 2 fouls and one. He needs to touch it some more. They don't need to go away from the game plan yet.
The foul occurred on the floor, so it'll be an inbound pass here. Quick three-point shot coming from Riemenschneider, and he has his second three-pointer of the night. 22-15, and Alamo Heights hanging with AAA Academy. Over to the left wing, now inside from Hollis to Bro. Bro on the reverse layup, that's no good. Defended nicely there by Ben Lammers. Now trying to keep the pace up and defend the full court press. A pass over to the right side. Now quick no-look pass. Nice touch on the assist inside from Jim Lammers. He finds his cousin Ben. And Ben quickly off to a fast start here down low in the post.
Great footwork, great spin move.
And on the other end, the points come in droves. Very nice movement there as Frank Hollis gets on the score sheet with his first bucket. Excuse me, that's his second three-point shot for Hollis. The tip in good there on the miss by Jim Lammers. You can see the 6'10" frame really helping Ben Lammers as he puts it home. The pace staggering. There's a steal here. And Max Riemenschneider coming up to the left side to David Favorite. Favorite with the left-hand layup is good, undefended in transition. 25-21. Now here's Singleton from the left wing. He tries a three. That one rips the nylon. How about it, folks? You want Happy New Year, Happy Holiday basketball. You've got it, and it got it in a big way.
We love McClure, but don't forget Singleton had 32 last game as well.
Now going to the left side here to Riemenschneider. Pull-up jumper from the left elbow. That one is no good off the front iron. The rebound fought for, controlled by King McClure. He brings it up here with the right hand. McClure with a bounce pass over to the right side. Hollis, and that'll be a blocking foul down low. Count the basket. Good defense there. Checking in for the Alamo Heights Mules was Hunter Boucher. Boucher, the 5'9" junior guard, on the receiving end of that drive to the hoop by Frank Hollis. Hollis makes his third basket. He is 3 of 4 from the field, and he'll head to the line for the and one.
What an incredible shooting display. I think both teams maybe combined 70% from the field, Joe.
Not bad to start things off here in a whale of a championship game. The deficit now 10 points back again for AAA Academy. Largest lead of the night. It matches it. Full court press again shown here. Checking in for Alamo Heights. It's Zach Ford. Zach Ford now dishing off to Austin Martin, and Austin Martin makes the shot, but a whistle is blown. And unfortunately, the clock is still moving, so it looks like there's a little bit of an issue here. They're probably going to have to add some time back to the first quarter clock. It now shows 1:29 on the scoreboard. The possession arrow belongs to Alamo Heights, but a whistle away from the basketball on the make by Austin Martins. We'll have to see if the points count. Right now, the trio of officials, Chris Wales, Gerald Ledbetter, and Travis Motal talking it over here. So the basket, I believe, will actually count. They'll put 1 minute and 32 seconds back on the clock, and the basket will count for Austin Martin, his first 2 points. And it's back down to an 8-point deficit here for Alamo Heights. The lead for AAA Academy, and Singleton will bring it up. Tyler Singleton, the son of AAA Academy's head coach Tim Singleton. Now Singleton trying to hand off to McClure, and the pace slowing down here in the final 1:19 of the first quarter. Now a lob pass here is batted away by Ben Lammers. Now pulling up here from just inside the free throw line is Frank Hollis. So he follows the shot off the carom by Lammers. And now more breakneck pace here, and an easy layup miss there on the near side is Jonathan Dunn checked in for his first opportunity now. And a melee for the basketball. Now King McClure pulling up from 24 feet. That one rips the nylon. Wow, just an impressive performance here from King McClure. He is 7 of 7 from the field. King McClure yet to miss a shot. They beat the press here to Alamo Heights with Max Riemenschneider trying to get it to the corner. Here's Jonathan Dunn for 3. That one falls. 36-25, and it looks like that's just going to be a 2-point bucket there as his foot was just inside the line. And now Singleton's going to slow things down here from the corner. A cross court there. And now Singleton trying to beat a double team here on the outside. They get it in to Sandifer, who's checked into the ball game here for AAA Academy. Jamar Sandifer, the 6'2" sophomore forward, now dribbling through traffic, driving the lane. Reverse layup with the right hand is good. He went to the left hand in the air, switched to the right, and a nice little reverse layup there. That will do it for the first quarter, and what a first quarter it is. Your score, AAA Academy 38, and of course the Alamo Heights Mules 25. We'll be right back. You're watching the championship game here at the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. And we welcome you back to the competition gym here on the campus of Westlake High School. AAA Academy, the Stallions with a 38-25 lead over the Mules of Alamo Heights. Ben Lammers, 8 points on 4 of 4 shooting. And Riemenschneider, 3 of 4 with 8 points. But the story has been McClure, the king, if you will. 7 of 7 from the field, 18 points in the first quarter. And the Mules start with the basketball here. And just a baby jumper here from about 10 feet away, just outside the right blocks, and that one is good. A good shot there for number 21, just getting in his rhythm is David Favorite. Nice little post jumper there is Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety. King McClure with the basketball, trying to make a move, steps back. It's a 2-point shot, and his first miss of the ball game is rebounded, controlled by Ben Lammers. Now running the point is David Favorite across the timeline. The pace still very staggering here in the second quarter. 38-27 here. Now inside to Ben Lammers. Ben Lammers with a no-look pass over to the left side. Now back down low along the baseline to Riemenschneider. Riemenschneider picks up his dribble. Now looking back up top here to Jim Lammers. Lammers trying to find his cousin. Does so down low, but the ball, unfortunately for Ben Lammers, goes off his right fingertips and out of bounds. It's a turnover there. A little unforced error and a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. And Max, one thing to note, you can really see just the physical presence that Ben Lammers has and just trying to get a post pass down low. And we've talked about that in the NBA Combine. When this gentleman's college career starts, automatically the big body, the big frame is going to lend itself to what kind of NBA talent would he might be.
I'm on the board of directors of BAM Testing. We run the NBA Combine, and yeah, we're always looking for length, athleticism, but this kid's wingspan is incredible. I don't know what it is, but you can see just the way he flops his arms. It's just he just has that knack, and he doesn't swat into the stands. It's the old Bill Russell. Gets a hand on it, keeps it in play, then leads the break.
The one thing that I notice about him is just a couple of games watching is very long fingers, and I think that's really the difference of being able to control the basketball. Forget big hands. How about long fingers to really control the ball, like you said, so he doesn't have to swat it away?
You're absolutely right. If I was him, I wouldn't get a manicure as well.
Indeed. Tough physical play here as we get a good look at Chance Williams along with Sandifer, bench players here for AAA Academy. Here's a three-point shot from the right wing here as Singleton comes up empty, and now bringing it up here for the Alamo Heights Mules is Zach Ford. Ford now down low on the post. Now they swing it out to the left wing. Cousin to Cousin, and there's a block shot by Chance Williams. Nice job there by Chance, knocking that shot down. Here's the transition opportunity, and a foul on the other end, and the bucket will not count. But a foul there going in, and the foul called on David Favorite. We get a good look at it here on the replay, Max, and again, just good defense. Thought maybe it was all ball there, but just a little skin on skin from Favorite.
Well, everybody's being aggressive, and to the officials' credit, they're letting them play. Keep in mind, too, that not only is AAA doing a great job trying to find their way with their kids, their star point guard, Jeremiah Jefferson, who's committed to Weber State, is out with a broken wrist. So you're seeing McClure and Singleton, who are off-the-ball guards typically, now having to take on some point guard duties and doing a pretty darn good job of it.
And you got to like guys that don't have any fear shooting the ball. When that shot's open, especially from about 22 to 24 feet out, King McClure is not shy about pulling the trigger, even though he is looked at as kind of the point man for this offense in lieu of Jefferson not being available at point. Driving down the right side of the lane there is David Favorite. A foul called there on AAA Academy. It'll be their third team foul, so it will be Mule ball underneath their own basket here. Inbounding will be Zach Ford. And now that pass broken up there, but controlled here on the near side by Javonte Dawson. Dawson checking in with a three-point bucket of his own. Javonte Dawson just in the ball game here. Came up with a good save there to keep the ball on his side of the court and knocks down a three for his trouble. Lead back down to 10 for AAA Academy. Here's Sandifer. Now back up top to Singleton. Singleton trying to make a move with the left hand. A jump stop there and a foul called. It'll be a baseline. So just all around a good physical play here, but the whistle's coming at good times here. So Singleton will inbound here underneath his own basket. Get back to Max's point here in just a moment. Sandifer takes the long inbound back over to Singleton, who's guarded tightly there on the right wing. Now inside, here's Williams. Williams with a post move. The fadeaway knocked away there by Ben Lammers. Now off to the races again, trying to beat the full court press. The Mules with Ford over to Riemenschneider. Riemenschneider for three. That shot off the mark. And McClure with the rebound. A behind-the-back dribble, and he loses it. Riemenschneider stealing it. A left-handed pass is picked off by Sandifer. Sandifer with a cross-court pass to King McClure. McClure with a layup, and it's good. Just good court vision there by Sandifer as he rifled the ball cross-court, and good ball handling by King McClure. Lead back up to 12, 42 to 30. Favorite trying to work on his counterpart there on the near side. And Gary Bro, and whistles blow. It'll be a foul on the floor, Max.
Well, we keep talking about what a great player McClure is, but we can't overstate it because this young man has the best body control. He never takes a bad shot. He elevates, he steps back. Even when he twists and turns, he gets himself aligned. His release point is high. He's got just a huge future ahead of him, Joe.
Hunter Busher checks into the ball game. The pass down low. And this time the big man comes through again. Ben Lammers with his 10th point of the night. And Lammers 5 of 5 with his efforts here. But here's another three-point opportunity for Hollis. That one falls incomplete there. And the rebound pulled down by Javonte Dawson. Dawson's going to set it up here for David Favorite. Now at the right elbow, just inside the shooter's circle. Now back out. Riemenschneider trying to set things up here. Back to Favorite, over to Hunter Busher. Busher, the 5'9 guard. Now gets it to his big man here out beyond the three-point line. Good no-look pass here to Javante Dawson. Great head fake by Dawson, but unfortunately his 18-footer comes up short. Here's Sandifer in the open court trying to play transition basketball against Ben Lammers. Tries the layup with the right hand. It's no good. Good defense there and good full court defense played as Lammers showing his speed getting down the court, Max.
Like I said, Lammers got all the tools. He's going to be a great college player.
Here's a pull-up jumper here from 10 feet away. That shot no good by David Favorite.
My only concern right now, and Coach Brewer's done a great job of managing the time that Lammers has had on the floor.
So with that, a 10-point lead as we'll be right back. The media timeout in play here with more of the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Don't go anywhere.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
We welcome you back inside the championship game here. And, of course, the championship brought to you by the good folks at Ronald McDonald House. Ronald McDonald House Charities is a home away from home for families with critically ill and injured children for nearly 30 years. Ronald McDonald House Charities of Austin and Central Texas has been providing care and support for families facing pediatric medical crisis. Again, the benefactor here for the Westlake Holiday Classic is, of course, the Austin and Central Texas Ronald McDonald House Charities. Right now, again, 14 of 20 the shooting for Alamo Heights, and the AAA Academy 16 of 24 from the field. So high percentage shots here as the offense definitely moving in everybody's direction here. King McClure pulls up for a jumper inside the free throw line here with 3:36 to play in the half. 44-32 matches the largest lead of the night, Max.
Yeah, my point just before the break was that Coach Brewer's done a great job of managing Ben Lammers' court time, keeping him fresh. And now we're into this full court up and down game. And I think Lammers is doing a great job, but he's starting to lag. And I don't know how much.
That's a good full court basket there by Singleton. And you can see there, that's the benefactor of all that goes on with the penetration move to the hole. The defense really crowds around Lammers, and he's unable to get through. But that time when he gets the room on the post, you can see he's got all the moves underneath the basket to try to get it in the window.
There's no question. I think, though, Alamo Heights needs to become a little more structured. Bingo.
And then just King McClure and a timeout here for Andrew Brewer, and why not? King McClure, again, after missing that mid-range jumper, that's his only missed shot of the night. We get a good look at it here on the replay. Riemenschneider right there, but he has absolutely no trouble pulling up from the top of the arc and burying the three. He has 4 3-pointers here in the first half.
Doesn't he make it look easy, Joe?
Well, and that's the thing. You look at this guy and you think, okay, he's built like a basketball player, but when I actually look at King McClure, missing is the tall lankiness of what you would see kind of a sleeky or a slasher guard. I look at him as an athlete, and he's a pure shooter, no doubt, but I see more muscle on him. He is a guy that's going to be able to put on weight, and I tell you, if the basketball gods decide to give him any more height, it's going to be very, very difficult at the next level for a lot of defenses, no matter where he goes to school.
And on top of that, he's a great kid with great academics. His mom and dad are educators, and he's got a great future ahead of him as well.
I believe King McClure's father, the superintendent of the AAA Academy, if I'm not mistaken there.
That's correct.
And when you look at the onus on an academy like AAA, we'll get into just the setup. It's much different from your run-of-the-mill private or public school here as part of the UIL. Nice runner there, just coming off a screen for Riemenschneider. And Riemenschneider just keeping Alamo Heights close, 49-36, final 2.5 minutes of the first half. And there's a foul on Singleton. He'll go to line to shoot 2. That is the 5th team foul. Actually, check it. It's the 5th team foul for Alamo Heights, and we talked as Singleton heads to the line. At AAA Academy, one of those academies that's geared towards a future, a player or an athlete, student athlete with a future at the next level. It's really designed for them to start learning how to be effective students when they have their scholarship offered, they're able to play at the next level collegiately. It gets them prepared for college.
Yeah, they're doing a great job over there, and not only McClure, as we keep talking about him, but Tyler Singleton, for example, has an offer from Weber State under his belt, being recruited by Texas, South Florida, Texas A&M, Nebraska. This kid's a quality player, too. So he's got several college prospects on this roster, and they seem like really good kids. They'll watch their demeanor all week.
And over the back foul going to be called on Chance Williams. It's McClure, Williams, Singleton, Sandifer, along with Hollis on the floor for AAA Academy. Riemann Schneider, Ford, Favorite, along with Jim Lammers on the floor as well with Ben Lammers. So starting 5 in. Here's the lob pass, and that one poked away and controlled here by Riemann Schneider, who pulls up from the top of the arc just inside the three-point line. That shot no good. Singleton comes away with a rebound, pushing the effort here. That ball tipped away from him. Now controlled again by Williams. Williams kicks out to King McClure, who nails the three-pointer, this time from the right wing.
Joe, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he's going to break the tournament record of 34 points, which he tied in the first game. He's already up to 28, I believe.
Him and T.J. Williams from Pflugerville in 2011 hold that record of 34 points in a ball game. He is well on his way, is King McClure. A steal opportunity gone awry for Singleton. It leaves a wide open jumper there for Zach Ford, who can't connect, but a good play defensively down low on the rebound, or I should say on the offensive board, to give the Mules a shot to keep possession, but a whistle away from the basket, and this one's going to stay with Alamo Heights as a foul called on AAA Academy. And they get it out to Riemann Schneider. Once again, here comes the double team on Ben Lammers. They kick it out to Jim Lammers. Now back inside, and a fake pass to Ben Lammers, and a good fake there by David Favorite down on the left post. That little fake to the big man gave him enough space to knock that layup down, Max.
Favorite's solid. He doesn't pass the eye test, but he gets the job done.
Sandifer coming up from the left elbow. Pull-up jumper, no good. And the big man's there. Ben Lammers clears the board for Alamo Heights. Inside 1:10 to play here. Zach Ford pushing the envelope. He pulls up at the right jump circle, and that one is no good. Singleton pulls down the rebound. 2-on-2 break here for Singleton. He crosses over, loses the handle, and it's poked away by Zach Ford. Ford doing a good job defensively. Both Alamo Heights very good at getting back on defense, especially from the guard play, Max.
Well, from the guard play, but I'd like to reinforce the point that Lammers barely made it back across center court by the time that ball was at the rim. He's getting tired. They've got to slow down their offense, be a little more deliberate.
Here's an 18-footer, no good, pulled down here by Jim Lammers, and a foul called on Sandifer. They're close to the bonus here in the final 50 seconds. And a substitution coming in here for Alamo Heights. Coming in is Jonathan Dunn, the 6'2" sophomore guard. Riemann Schneider will take the final 50.7 seconds off here in the first half. 54-38, another sub coming in here, and it'll be Hunter Bushell. We've seen him quite a bit. He'll replace David Favorite. So it will be 2 foul shots here for Riemann Schneider. First shot is up and good. No, it's a 1-and-1 opportunity, excuse me, and the front end of that 1-and-1 no good. Here's King McClure across the timeline here, gives it up to Sandifer. Sandifer with the black headband. He wore a white headband a day ago against Westlake. Opted to not wear the white headband in the first half, wearing the headband in the second half. Now he's all headband here. There's an offensive foul against Singleton. Singleton lowering the shoulder, as plain as day, happened right in front of us, just trying to shake off the good defense there by the smaller guard. And Hunter Busher, unfortunately, the victim there of the right shoulder, or the left shoulder rather, and you can see it very clear. And Busher happy with his defensive effort there to draw the offensive foul. And of course, they'll get the possession back here in the backcourt. And it will be Zach Ford, and the final 30 seconds will belong to the Alamo Heights Mules. Over to the left wing, Riemann Schneider is checked back into the ball game here as a sharpshooter. Nice little down low move here, and backing up on a fall-away jumper there just outside the right lane. And it's no good for David Favorite. But King McClure taking it to the house all the way coast to coast as he drives the right side of the lane. What an epic half here for King McClure. Final 5 seconds, driving to the hole is Jim Lammers, and he is fouled. So Lammers will shoot 2 here to close out the first half. We get a good look at the replay here. Just a simple dribble towards the right block, and Chance Williams comes down hacking. That one dribbles off the front of the iron, the back of the iron, the left of the iron, and finally falls through here. So 56-39, a manageable lead here for the AAA Academy Stallions, trying to put their mark on this tournament here in 2013. Take home that nice trophy. The lead is 16 for AAA Academy here. Here's the half-court shot by Singleton. It is well off the mark, and that will do it for the first half. Again, for more information on this and other great games and shows on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, visit the website at twsportschannel.com. We'll be right back with more of the Westlake Holiday Classic Championship on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. And we welcome you back inside the competition gym here at the campus of Westlake High School. A 56-40 lead for the AAA Academy Stallions over the Alamo Heights Mules. It's the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic. And I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivany here from D1Nation.com. As we take a look at the first half stats, just a whale of a half for King McClure. 28 points. And like you said, 34 points matched in game one against Seguin. 34 points matches the all-time single-game record in the Westlake Holiday Classic set by T.J. Williams for Pflugerville back in 2011. He is very, very close and may eclipse that all-time mark tonight.
I'm going to bet that he's going to eclipse it, Joe. And by the way, Alamo Heights undefeated. It's not what Alamo Heights is not doing. It's what AAA is doing. And King McClure is just outstanding. He's going to be a next-level player as well. He'll play during the week with the NBA guys in a couple years. There's no question in my mind.
Yeah, is he a one-and-done guy? We'll have to see. Again, we'll have to see really how his career goes, not necessarily this year, but next year. I know a lot of D1 colleges taking a look at him. We mentioned Duke, Indiana, Texas. It seems like if anybody can just get a nice little meeting with King McClure, they're going to not only find a good gentleman, but also a heck of a basketball player as well. High IQ guy. Not necessarily going hand in hand these days. Sometimes a guy might have really nice raw talent and have to be really coached. But one thing that I noted about King McClure, just in the huddle, during practice, even during the layup line, he is incredibly coachable, always suggesting and taking suggestions as well.
Absolutely, and he's also got a great body. Some kids make the transition from high school to college, and there's a little bit of a lapse there. This guy's body's ready to go. He's ready to go make an impact and then get on down the road and make some money.
We take a look at some of the first half stats here. Really, when you think about AAA Academy, it really starts on the free throw line, 4 of 4. If there's one real side note to this, 4 of 4 from the free throw line when those opportunities have been there for Alamo Heights. 1 of 3, not necessarily as successful. But you look at the big men down low. Ben Lammers, he has 12 points, but they've been unable to get the ball down on the block. And that's one thing that I know Alamo Heights is going to try to have to slow the pace. That's a tough, tall order, especially with the full court press by AAA Academy.
Well, when guys are hitting their shots, you can get into your press. So this is all about AAA cooling off a little bit, either by better defense or just going into a little bit of a lull, and then having Alamo Heights try to take advantage and get this down to single figures, and then the pressure rises, and we'll see how the kids respond.
It's a 16-point deficit, 56-40. Alamo Heights trailing AAA Academy. The Stallions vying for their share of that big silver trophy here at the Westlake Holiday Classic. Again, that's Max Ivany. I'm Joe Taylor. We're joining you courtside here for the second half coming up shortly. One thing to note, 34 points. That's the magic number. TJ Williams, along with King McClure earlier in this tournament in 2013. 34 points is the all-time single-game scoring record here for the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic. This is the 4th annual. Obviously, not a bunch of history surrounding this, but I know this is a tournament that wants to seek out history in the making here and, of course, make this an every-year occurrence here in Austin.
A great event. I go to tournaments all over the country. This is run as well as any of them. I might point out, though, that it may only be 4 years old, but they've had quality teams with quality players here, guys that have gone on to have really, really great college careers. So this is no easy pickings right here. And I might point out one more thing about McClure. All those points he gets them in the offense. He's not hogging the ball. He's not doing stuff to freeze his teammates. He's just feeling it and doing his thing.
And like you said, with the injury to the point guard here for AAA Academy and Jefferson, he's really taken over the lead in that point role and not afraid to just say, hey, guys, if I'm open or if I'm getting a soft defensive look at the top of the key, I'll just go ahead and take that three-point shot. And he's shown that he can actually not only make it, but make it in regularity.
Well, not only does he make it, but like I said, even when he misses, he looks good missing it. That's a sign of a big-time player.
Very good. Well, we'll be right back with the second half coverage. Again, I'm not Max. He's Max. That's Max. I'm Joe. And we're all very excited to be here in Austin, Texas for the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic Championship game. The second half coming up on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. The rights to this broadcast have been granted by the Eanes Independent School District. Any rebroadcast or republication of the programming without express written consent of TWC News and Local Programming, LLC, and the Eanes Independent School District is strictly prohibited. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivany. We're back live here inside the competition gym on the campus of Westlake High School here in Austin, Texas. Time Warner Cable Sports Channel's coverage of the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic Championship game, pitting the Mules of Alamo Heights down San Antonio way and the Stallions of AAA Academy. A 56-40 lead for AAA Academy. A 16-point lead here as we start play in the third quarter. And again, 28 points for the guard. Senior guard King McClure, who will inbound the basketball right here in front of us. And it'll be McClure, Singleton, along with Mumphrey, Hollis, and Bro. Bro averaging just under 10 points a game here. Was part of this all-tournament team a year ago. And Gary Bro now with the basketball here just outside the left wing as we are 15 seconds into the second half here. And for Alamo Heights, it'll be Ford, Favorite, Riemann Schneider, Jim Lammers, and Ben Lammers, the starting five for both ball clubs here as we bring you live coverage here from Austin. Dribbling through a double team, King McClure pulling up from the right wing. This time he rips the nylon yet again, and with that, he is dangerously close to that all-time single-game record here as he had 28 points. Now he has 31. He's 3 points away from tying it for the second time in the tournament, 4 points away from the record. And now a quick pass into the left corner, now back down low to Ben Lammers. Good post move into the lane, and that jumper not good with the one-handed jumper with that right hand, no good. Now here quickly to the three-point line goes King McClure. That shot from the left wing, no good. There's a block on the follow by Hollis, and Ben Lammers comes with the block. 3-on-1 break here, and Riemann Schneider puts it home with the left hand off the glass. 59-42, a 17-point lead here for AAA Academy. Good transition basketball off the block by Ben Lammers.
He keys the break. I told you that earlier. He blocks it, keeps it in play, and pushes forward. Great job, Ben.
And now Singleton trying to get it over here to Bro. Bro back over to Singleton. Singleton with an NBA three-pointer from the left wing, and that one finds the bottom of the net. Wow, what a shot there by Singleton as he gets on the board. And a whistle blows here. And it looks like they're going to inbound it again. Gary Bro looks like he had tightened up his back, and it looks like he and his assistant coach just giving each other a big bear hug. But he's just trying to stretch out that back and then stretch out those legs. So Bro off the court here on an injury brings in Sandifer, and you can see the assistant coach really working on the lower extremities. Now at the top of the key, here's Ben Lammers. Now a bounce pass down low to the block. Back out towards the top, over towards Zach Ford with a three-point try of his own. That one rattles off. Almost fell in, and a foul there on the full court press on King McClure. And it'll be Stallion basketball here as a foul called. The first foul of the second half. We get a good look at the replay here, and that one almost going in for Zach Ford.
Well, you mentioned Bro, and let's hope he's okay. Looks like he's cramping up over there, but another guy that's a quality person. And the reason I know that he's being recruited by Liberty University and my good friend Dale Layer. They don't take anything but top-notch character people over there.
Singleton with a cross-court pass over to Sandifer, back to the free throw line, and now getting an opportunity again from three-point land is a Singleton. Now Singleton a little disgusted with himself, a little late getting back on the pass. Might have had an opportunity there. Here's transition basketball, and that pass intercepted, and here comes King McClure. McClure with the left hand, finishes with the left hand off the glass, and the foul. Foul called on Ben Lammers, and Big Ben checking on King McClure because he got a hand to the face of King McClure, and just like that, King McClure with 33 points on the night, and with this free throw has a chance to tie not only his record, but TJ Williams' record as well from Pflugerville from a couple of years ago.
And look, everybody wants to win a game, but what a class kid Lammers is. He goes over to McClure and makes sure he's okay.
So 33 points here, 28 of those in the first half for King McClure. He puts his right foot on that line, and the 6'3 junior guard eyes that free throw shot, and it rattles home off the front iron. 34 points, one more point for King McClure, and he has himself the all-time record here in the Westlake Holiday Classic. Well, checking in here is Hunter Busher. And get to that point in just a moment, Max. My apologies here, but we've got a substitution. Jonathan Dunn in the ballgame as well. He has the ball right in the right corner, back out to Riemann Schneider. They'll reset to Busher. Busher over to Riemann Schneider. Back out front, over to the left wing here to Zach Ford. Over to the corner here, just trying to run the offense here. give their offense a chance. Riemenschneider trying to make a move on King McClure. Now just trying to dribble his way around through traffic. The handoff here to Austin Martin. Martin over to Ford with the pull-up jumper. That one no good. Rebound cleared here by Dalen Mumphrey. Losing the handle there and diving for the ball is Riemenschneider, but Sandifer able to cover it up, and it looks like they're going to call the foul on Riemenschneider, Max.
Well, with half a third quarter left and an entire fourth quarter, I'm not sure King McClure is probably not thinking about the numbers, but over here from our end, I go back to old Barry Switzer. Let's hang half a honey on him. He could well get a 50 piece, as the kids like to call it.
Absolutely. We'll see if that actually happens here. The game necessarily not decided just yet, but to AAA Academy with that nice little layup there as Jamar Sandifer finds the score sheet here in the second half. Busher over to the left wing now, 67-42, now a 25-point lead. And the largest deficit of the night here for the Mules of Alamo Heights is AAA Academy firing on all cylinders. 34 of those points, 34 of those 67 belong to King McClure. And I think that's what's more impressive is that 34 points for King McClure, 33 points for the rest of the ball club. And a good job there by Jonathan Dunn. A little pull-up jumper from the baseline, 67-44. And now inside pass from Sandifer, a little touch pass down low, and I can see them trying to involve Mumphrey down low. And that's a nice eye there by Sandifer on the left wing. We'll take a quick timeout, but we'll be right back with Max Ivany's analysis of that particular play. All of that and more coming up as we give you more coverage of the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
The Westlake Holiday Classic proudly brought to you by the Ronald McDonald House Charities in Austin and Central Texas. Austin's Ronald McDonald House is located across from the Dells Children's Medical Center and can serve up to 30 families a night. Every day, volunteers provide lunch and dinner for the families staying at the Ronald McDonald House. Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivany, an inbound pass for AAA Academy, and McClure back in the ball game here along with Frank Hollis. McClure trying to make a move here along the jump circle, steps inside the three-point line, pull-up jumper from 18 feet away, not good. Mumphrey with the putback there on the strong rebound on the offensive board.
Yeah, it's easy to get tunnel vision looking at McClure and Lammers, but Mumphrey at 6'7", is also getting recruited by Texas San Antonio, Colorado State. He's going to be a good player as well. He just looks like a little kid because he's 6'7" next to big Lammers.
Absolutely. Again, with that miss, Jonathan Dunn, the long carom going the way of the Mule. Alamo Heights keeps possession here with 3:25 to play in the third quarter. 25-point lead here as Busher back over to the right side to Favorite. Favorite trying to make a move around Sandifer, loses his footing, now uses the hand to brace himself here. Now back over to Busher. Busher trying to make a move down the left side. Pull-up jumper, and that one's good as it swishes the net. 3:05 remaining here. Double-team press coming in the backboard. Singleton trying to beat it on his own, and a hand check foul called on Alamo Heights. High school basketball games on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Available on Time Warner Cable Local On Demand. Check those Time Warner Cable Local On Demand for this game and other great games across the state of Texas. Inbound pass here from Sandifer to Singleton. You got to love the job Busher's doing on defense here, just trying to keep up with Singleton. Singleton trying to go coast to coast, puts up the layup with the right hand. That is no good. Rebound Alamo Heights, and here comes David Favorite across the timeline. Favorite trying to make a move, behind the back pass, loses control of the dribble, now regains control. Nice little bounce pass there. Across the lane to Jonathan Dunn. Dunn puts it off the glass, and good. Here's Sandifer in transition. Sandifer over to Singleton. 23-foot three-pointer is no good, and Favorite will let it bounce out of bounds, so it will be Alamo Heights basketball. Substitution here coming as Jim Lammers along with Zach Ford back in the ball game, as well as Javante Dawson. 69-48 here is the lead now down to 21. It's been as high as 25. 21 points the lead now for AAA Academy here in the Holiday Classic Championship from the hills of Westlake.
Well, Alamo Heights used to winning. They've been really successful the last several years, undefeated this year. So I don't expect them to go down without a fight. They're going to make a little run, and like I said, get it below 10 points, anything can happen, Joe.
Here's Ben Lammers trying for the pass underneath, opening up a three-point try here, and that one goes off the top of the backboard. It falls good, but it goes off the top of the backboard, so it will be a turnover. And it will be Alamo Heights now on defense here as the ball will go back over towards AAA Academy. Busher checking back into the ball game now, and he'll D up King McClure. McClure with the left hand, now inside the free throw line, pulls up with a fadeaway jumper, and that is good. And with that, the record has fallen here. 35 points, a new Westlake Holiday Classic single game record for King McClure. So not only does he have the tie for the record, he now has the record all to himself with 35 points with 1:37 remaining here in the third quarter. And a foul there as Ben Lammers will go to the line here. You can see just the body language of King McClure there. He is out of gas as he's been running up and down the court trying to keep up with the very feisty guards of Alamo Heights.
Well, not only did McClure set a record, it almost seemed like he did it effortlessly, Joe.
The first of two free throws for Ben Lammers is no good off the front iron. Chance Williams checking into the ball game now, so it's Williams, Sandifer, McClure. Hollis will stay in the ball game as well, along with Singleton. Ben Lammers unfortunately missing both. Here's the rebound by McClure. McClure pushing the envelope, down with the left hand. Wow, what a move there as McClure does not let off the gas. He had a free throw series there that just gave him that extra breath of fresh air, and he took it from the rebound to the basket. And a foul there called on Sandifer as Busher collides with him across the timeline. It'll be Zach Ford to inbound here on the near side.
Like you said, Joe, he doesn't look like a long, lean basketball player, but he just jetted past everybody in extra gear there. Easy layup.
Now Ford here on the right side, picked up by Sandifer defensively. 1:18 to go here in the third quarter. Back over towards Zach Ford. Zach Ford taking too many steps there along the right lane before he was able to dish it off to Corby Snow. Substitution for King McClure as we get our first look here at I believe, in fact, I talked with Tim Singleton. Shavaric James, 6'3" senior guard, is taken over for King McClure here, who checks out with 37 points. And with each point scored, as Singleton goes to the rack hard and is fouled there. Singleton will have two free throws coming his way. The junior guard, of course, son of the head coach, Tim Singleton. He'll have two shots here, 73-48, as this one getting a little out of hand here for AAA Academy. And the junior guard knocks down the first of two free throws. Shavaric James, 6'3" junior guard, or senior guard rather. As we saw yesterday in their victory over Westlake, opts for the sleeves. He's the only man on the court with full sleeves underneath his tank top jersey. A nice move to the hole there. Hunter Busher with just a little drop shot in the lane there, and it's good. 75-50, 25-point lead here. And now with a turnover there on transition, Alamo Heights with a second chance opportunity here on offense. Ford with the basketball. Cross-court left wing three-point shot coming, and that one is no good for Jim Lammers, but a long carom to Ford. Ford underneath the hoop trying to find Lammers again. Jim from the left wing. This one no good as it rattles out. And a good defense there as Williams actually loses the ball out of bounds, courtesy of the defense played by Javante Dawson. So 3 straight offensive possessions here for Alamo Heights. Unfortunately, they have yet to score. And the shot put up from the left wing. Nice job there from the corner as Zach Ford hits the tray. 22 seconds remaining here. A timeout taken by Alamo Heights. They're going to talk about it here for just a moment. Gives us a chance to tell you about all of the good things at twsportschannel.com. For information on this and other great games and shows on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, visit the website at twcsportschannel.com. I'm Joe Taylor alongside D1Nation.com. As Max Ivany, again, a great evaluator of talent. You took some time on the AAU circuit, and I know this is your first love, is not only watching good basketball teams, but watching good basketball players, keeping your eye on the recruiting game here across the not only the great state of Texas, but also nationally as well.
Absolutely. And a couple of quick guys I'd like to mention while we got a second is on Alamo Heights. I really like the looks of the youngster Jonathan Dunn. He's a 6'2 sophomore guard. And on the AAA side of the coin, I really like Jamar Sandifer, 6'2 slasher right now. I think when Gary Bro leaves, you'll see him get a lot of time next year.
They're still looking at Gary Bro, giving the lead. I don't think we're going to see him again, but we'll take a look and see exactly what's the future of his return to the ball game. There a miss on the reverse layup try by Hollis. Now Ford into the front court. Ford backing up. He hit that three-pointer. Now with closing seconds, there's a three-point shot made. A nice job there by Jim Lammers as he finally got the tray to drop. And now with that, 3 quarters in the books. Alamo Heights again trailing AAA Academy 75-56. Final quarter coming up here in the Westlake Holiday Classic on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
White ball coming in, fourth quarter.
Okay.
For nearly 30 years, Ronald McDonald House Charities of Austin and Central Texas have been providing care and support for families facing pediatric medical crisis. Again, the Westlake Holiday Classic directly benefiting Ronald McDonald House Charities in Austin. And on the lob pass there in the first offensive series of the fourth quarter here for the Alamo Heights Mules, a lob pass, and unfortunately a foul called down low as separation from Ben Lammers, available courtesy of a foul on the offensive side. Here's King McClure in the game. He has 37 points, and he gives up the rock and a steal there, led by Jim Lammers. Now here's Riemenschneider. Riemenschneider trying to draw the charge on defense is Singleton, and he does. Riemenschneider just trying to go to that left hand down the left side of the lane, Max, and you could see charge. It had charge written all over it there from Tyler Singleton.
Great job by Singleton to stand his ground.
Here's Hollis caught in a full court press here. Now McClure trying to dribble out of it, defended there by Zach Ford. Now he picks up his dribble, finds Singleton just in front of his own bench. Now here's a one dribble penetration. He puts up the shot. And no real effort there from Ben Lammers to really put up his hand. He was out of control, was Tyler Singleton, and he falls to the floor. Very hard fall there as he tried to put up the shot, but he'll get 2 free throw tries here nonetheless. Just after 9 o'clock here local time, final 7.5 minutes here in the fourth quarter. As Singleton rips the nylon again. He's perfect here in the second half. As Sandifer checks in here for Dalen Mumphrey. 20-point lead here for the AAA Academy Stallions, 76-56. And just like that, it becomes a 21-point lead here. The Mules will take it on the inbound. And here comes Ford. Zach Ford across the timeline here on the near side. A down low pass here to Ben Lammers. He goes up strong. Count the basket there as he's fouled by Chance Williams. Just a nice, strong post move there. And that's going to serve the Alamo Heights Mules very, very well come district time if they're able to get their half-court offense in gear and really gear it down low to Ben Lammers.
Not only during district play, but I think I'm going to make a prediction you're going to see Alamo Heights in the drum come March.
And the three-point play converted there by Ben Lammers, 77-59 here. And now a cross-court pass over to Sandifer. Sandifer will bounce pass it to McClure. McClure losing the handle for the second time. And on the fast break, here comes Jim Lammers, and the cousin Jim Lammers knocks it home here. So back-to-back buckets and a foul there for Jim Lammers. Really unnecessary as he kind of bumped Singleton on the way by. More of a message foul than anything else as he was late getting back on defense after he made the shot.
Well, the message is we're almost in the double bonus, so he's got to really be cautious.
So now with that, it's a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Singleton, with the foul occurring just in front of the scorer's table. And once again, Singleton will have an opportunity here to hit not one but a pair of free throws. Dunn back in the ball game here along with Ford. Jim Lammers is out for the moment here in favor of Hunter Busher. We're also seeing David Favorite stay in the ball game as well as a starter, but it's McClure along with Williams, Hollis, and Sandifer. And Singleton converts on both the free throw opportunities here with 7 minutes to play in the ball game. 79-61. An 18-point lead here. It's been as high as 25. Back over to the right side here along the wing. Picked up by Sandifer defensively is Ford. Now back over to Busher. Busher to Dunn. Back to Busher. Now Busher to the right side. Inside is Lammers. Big Ben trying to make a move. Now he finds the open man at the top of the key. And Busher sees that shot go in and out. Here's Sandifer trying to dribble out of the full court press. He's picked up by Ford. Across the timeline. Loses the ball momentarily. Now picks it back up. A spin move there, bounce pass down to the baseline, caught underneath the baseline, and there's a block by Ben Lammers, and Chance Williams never had a chance. And even though Chance Williams stands at about 6'5", he pales in comparison to the 6'10", 225-pounder headed to Georgia Tech. Second block of the day as well for Ben Lammers as we get a good look at it there on the replay, Max. Again, just the long extremities, if you will, for Ben Lammers.
He looks good. He just needs a little help from his teammates from the perimeter right now.
18-point lead here with 6:15 to play, and Singleton's going to reset everything at the top. Picked up there by David Favorite. Here comes the trap on the near side. Now a dish to the left side on the post. Kick it back out to the corner here to McClure. McClure trying to reset, who's turned the ball over twice in as many possessions. A timeout's been called by Alamo Heights. And we will go ahead and keep it here. And Max, one thing to note here is we see both with the AAA Academy, but Andrew Brewer really doing a good job at keeping his team in it. The lead's been 25. You mentioned they would go on a run. They have. They've cut it down to 18. 5:54 to play here in the ball game. It's not necessarily out of the realm of possibility that Alamo Heights could get on a nice little run here and try to break that double-digit lead mark.
Well, 6 minutes left. It's now or never. And Coach Brewer, this is like his third year here at Alamo Heights, took over from coach and legend down there, and Charlie Bogus. Done a great job. Had these kids at a regional final, and I think that they're going to learn something from this. Sometimes you got to take a loss to go to the bigger picture.
And what I like about it, and we talk about this in football as well, especially here at Texas high school football, sometimes getting your nose bloodied by a better team, or maybe even a better team the night of the contest, and maybe learning how to lose a little bit and what that does for you moving forward. I know a lot of people like that unblemished record. It looks good in the paper, but that's the only place it really looks good.
Joe, we're in Texas where there's well over 100 Division I signees every year. On any given night, there's a number of teams that can beat you.
18-footer no good, and a foul on Alamo Heights away from the ball, and the shot by McClure. McClure sits on 37 points for the ball game. As we get a good look at it, and again, it's just a push there coming down low on Frank Hollis on Riemenschneider. So again, it'll give Alamo Heights the ball. Here's Busher bringing it up the floor for Alamo Heights. Over to the left side here towards Dunn. Back to Busher, trying to set it up down low for the big man. Now here's Jim Lammers. Lammers picks up his dribble, bounce pass down low, and a good pass to the corner on the baseline drive, and the putback is good, and the foul. So Riemenschneider with the pass from Ben Lammers. You talked about him being one of the better big men passers, maybe the best in the state. You saw how all of that kind of came together with Riemenschneider able to drive the lane on the head fake, and then Big Ben there to slam it down.
He's got those incredibly long arms. Even when he gets trapped baseline, he just extends them out of bounds and flips them off to the wing, and wide open shots are available for his guards.
Down to a 15-point deficit here for Alamo Heights. Here's King McClure. McClure driving with the left hand. Can he finish? Yes, he can. 39 points here for King McClure as he drives the lane. Now trying to answer here is Bushler, and that shot is blocked by Williams on the way up. No goaltend as he swats the backboard after he gets a piece of the basketball. 81-64 here. 5:05 remaining in the ball game. Singleton along with Williams, McClure, and Sandifer and Hollis. Dunn, both Lammers. Busher and Riemenschneider, a pull-up jumper from 18 feet away just inside the right wing. Here's a transition opportunity here. Pulling up from the left wing. That three-pointer is no good as it actually hits the bottom of the net. Doesn't hit the rim, but it hits the bottom of the net and goes out of bounds. Checking into the ball game here for Alamo Heights will be Austin Martin. Martin checking into the ball game, and Ben Lammer is actually taking a seat here. And they'll go guard heavy as Dunn checks out. Ford checks back in. And you can see Andrew Brewer just doing the counting and doing the math, if you will. No subs here for AAA Academy, and now just on the inbound pass is stolen by Jim Lammers, and a kickball by Riemenschneider on the bounce pass to McClure. 81-64 here, 4:41 to play in the ball game. Joe Taylor alongside D1Nation.com's Max Ibedy. Sandefur takes the inbound pass. Now here comes the full court press. They beat it. Sandefur now trying to cross the timeline with the left-hand dribble. Over to the right wing. Here's King McClure, and he's fouled on the three-point try. They'll shoot 3 from the free throw line. He was barely on that three-point line, and he pulls up just behind it. And not too sure where the contact came, but it looks like it was from Riemenschneider there as he kind of just swiped at the ball on the way by.
So I think he might have clipped his legs as he drove past.
So with 39 points, King McClure with his free throw shot bricks that shot off the front iron, looking for that magic number 40. That one rips the nylon for 40 points for King McClure. Again, he eclipsed the 34-point mark here in this ball game, being the championship game of the Westlake Holiday Classic. And point number 41 comes with that third free throw try. So 2 of 3 from the line. That trip for King McClure. It's a fantastic night for him. Now King McClure trying to do the job defensively, and a foul has been called on King McClure. 4:25 remaining here. We owe you one media timeout. We get a good look at it. The steal opportunity there, and he actually does get a piece of the basketball. Diving for it there was Austin Martin, but King McClure, actually they called the foul on Alamo Heights. They called the foul actually on Austin Martin. I thought they pointed right at King McClure, but they gave the ball over towards AAA Academy, did the officials. Pull-up jumper from the left elbow from Sandefur's no good. It's off the mark. Rebound put back for King McClure. Make it 43 points for King McClure as he shows you he can board down low on the post as well. Now blocking foul here called on AAA Academy, trying to take the charge away from Alamo Heights is Javante Dawson as he drove the lane. Once again, Singleton just trying to draw the charge, and feet not set there as it's a blocking foul, and it will be free throws here for young Javante Dawson. Saw him knock down a three-pointer back at the first half, Max. 6 foot, 185-pound senior, backup player here coming off the bench for Alamo Heights. Drills the first of 2 free throws.
Right now, I think the pace has gotten to Alamo Heights. Obviously, they're bringing in guys that wouldn't normally play a lot. Hoping to get that magic potion, just guys get hot and hit a couple of shots. But 20-point game, 4 minutes left. I believe this one's in the books, Joe.
Indeed, 20-point lead here. They're trying to cut it to 19 with this free throw shot, and they do. Javante Dawson, 85-66 the score. And that trophy presentation coming up right after the ball game is over. Sandefur, they beat the press here with a pass from McClure. McClure with 43 points as a pass down low. Nice reverse layup opportunity there for Mumphrey, and he's unable to come up with it. The outlet pass from Ben Lammer to Ford goes awry and out of bounds. Timeout here. We'll break it. Again, your score, 85-64. AAA Academy all over the Mules of Alamo Heights. We'll be right back with more of the Westlake Holiday Classic Championship game on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
We'll be back inside the competition gym. Again, you can get involved and become a mission partner by visiting Ronald McDonald House's website. That's rmhc-austin.org. You can also find them on Facebook and Twitter and share your story about supporting the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Austin and Central Texas. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety. The final 3:52 to play in this ball game. It's an 85-66 lead for the AAA Academy Stallions over the Alamo Heights Mules. It'll be Sandifer along with Williams, Singleton, McClure, and to inbound is Hollis, or check that, Sandifer. Hollis is in the game on the right post. King McClure driving, and that makes 45 points for King McClure as he trying to work his way down, and there's a nice slam dunk as Ben Lammers takes the ricochet off of Frank Hollis on the long interception pass coming from Zach Ford. And Lammers just putting it down two-handed slam-wise as Hollis just tried to push the ball back towards one of his teammates. Lammers was there to pick it off and put it down. 87-68, one of the bright spots there for Alamo Heights in this ball game.
Well, that gives Big Ben 20 points and a great night from the field. He just didn't get enough touches down low.
20 points for the big man, but again, 25 points away from him is King McClure. He is definitely the MVP, not only of this ball game, but most likely the tournament. We'll get you those official announcements here at the conclusion of this ball game, but he has turned in quite a night, but not necessarily quite a night, but 5 games of just riveting basketball for King McClure. But you can't discount the effort down low, both defensively and offensively for Ben Lammers. I really like what I see from Riemann Schneider as well. Perimeter play is looking very, very good as Sandifer knocks down those free throws. 89-68 here as Ford will bring it up over towards the left side. This will be Favorite at the top of the key, looking for Busher on the left side. He's seen a lot of playing time tonight. Back out front as the post pass, that's blocked by Sandifer. Out of the post was Lammers out to Ford, and that shot was blocked. Here's McClure on the left side, and that's going to be an intentional foul there as McClure spinning from the right block and tried to spin around the would-be defender, Austin Martin. We've got it here on the replay. And he's trying to swipe at him, and that's where they called the intentional foul, grabbing the shoulder. That's the basketball equivalent of that horse collar tackle in football.
No place for that. Probably a little frustration on probably a good kid doing a bad thing, but fortunately McClure's not hurt.
He will set up for the free throw. It'll fall for his 46th point. He'll have another shot from the charity stripe on the intentional foul. And the 46th point and the 47th point here fall, and it will be Alamo Heights basketball. And it will be AAA Academy's ball on the baseline. King McClure thinks he actually has another shot. He doesn't. The foul occurred down on the block. The most you can get in that scenario is 2. He got him, knocked them both down, 91-68. And they will get possession, will the AAA Academy Stallions. Inbound pass to Williams over in the corner, back out to McClure. We'll see if McClure has an opportunity to get to that 50 spot like you mentioned earlier, Max.
Barry Switzer's up in Norman, Oklahoma, looking for the half a honey.
Exactly. Here's Singleton. Final 3 minutes coming here as he works it over to the left side to Hollis. Back out front to Sandifer. Sandifer, again, eyeing the defense here. Picked up there in the double team by Dunn and Ford. Now back over to the corner. Chance Williams will hold the ball. Little game of keep away here to milk some clock. Now it'll be a traveling call on Chance Williams. Williams just taking too many steps along the sideline there in front of his own bench. So sitting on 47 points here for King McClure. He is 3 points away from that coveted 50 mark that we've mentioned a couple of times here, just obliterating the single game record here in the Westlake Holiday Classic. Bounce pass from Ford and an errant pass, and we don't see too many of those. Ben Lammers trying to find his wingman out there in Busher to try to knock down a three-pointer. He had the attention, and he had the break there that he was wanting with Busher on the side, but the pass errant, and it goes out of bounds.
I think that's it for King.
And King McClure will check out, and a very happy Tim Singleton with his junior guard. 47 points, and that'll do it for King McClure. He's off the floor for the final 2:25. Hollis and Sandifer along with Singleton, Mumphrey, and Williams, so they'll go big here to close it out. Will AAA Academy, and a hand check foul called on Dunn as he got inside trying to knock the ball away from Singleton. Singleton once again with the Mules in the double bonus will head to the line to shoot 2. Shooting free throws the rest of the way for the AAA Academy Stallions. Alamo Heights with 10 team fouls, just 6 team fouls. Checking back into the ball game here for Alamo Heights is Corby Snow. That'll do it for Ben Lammers. He checks out with 20 points. A whale of a job there for Ben Lammers as he exits stage right.
Cameron Cooks, number 24.
So we're seeing a number of substitutes come into the ball game. Shavaric James checking into the ball game now, the sleeved guard. The 6'3" senior back in the ball game as well. We get a first look at Cameron Cooks, the 6' senior guard, along with Hollis and Sandifer. They join Singleton, who misses the back end of that free throw try there. Launching a three is Dunn. Dunn missing the mark, but the long rebound controlled here. And now Alamo Heights with the opportunity here. And with that, Javante Dawson launches up a three, but it's a good job by just cleaning up the mess there underneath the board by Corby Snow. 92-70, 22-point lead here, final 145 until AAA Academy gets to go back up I-35 to the Metroplex with a big silver trophy. Now just trying to make a move here on an isolation move, pull-up jumper from the right elbow. That one off the back iron, rebound controlled here by Dawson. Javante Dawson bringing it up on the left side, trying to find a teammate out front to help him out. Daniel Mays, a 6'2" senior guard in the ballgame now. He gives it up to Dawson, a little pump fake. Now he puts up a three-point shot. That one finds the bottom of the bucket there for Javante Dawson. His second three-pointer in this ballgame. Had one in the first half in limited duty, but he has seen quite a bunch of minutes here in the second half, Max.
Well, you hate to call it garbage minutes, but that's what it is right now. 19-point ball game and a minute left. Everybody trying to get out of here without getting hurt.
You see James now with the ball up top here as Sandifer trying to just play a nice game of keep away here in the final minute. Singleton now making the move with the left hand, dribbles through traffic, puts up a wild shot. That one no good. Rebound AAA Academy. They'll reset it here to Sandifer. Sandifer along the right wing, guarded tightly there. Nice defense being played by Hunter Busher. Now trying to dribble around traffic. They baseball pass out to the top to James, over to Sandifer. Sandifer now backing it up towards the Westlake logo in the middle of the court. Sandifer losing his footing. He'll keep his dribble and successfully deliver it off to Singleton. Now here's the turnover. Final 20 seconds here, and the ball controlled by Alamo Heights. Now over to the right side. Here's Dunn. Dunn with a long 24-foot shot. That one no good off the back iron. Rebound by Sandifer. Now jump ball here, and the possession arrow will belong to the AAA Academy Stallions, and we'll get a good look at Mumphrey as he'll check in for the final 9.6 seconds here of the championship game in the Westlake Holiday Classic. We're going to visit with Tim Singleton in the postgame show. Obviously, the big silver trophy for this year's 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic will go the way of the Stallion, Max.
Wow, the DFW area is tough. They clean sweep in the football playoffs, and now they're doing a great job down here in Austin on the basketball court as well. And
this will be it, as Sandifer will just hold the ball, and that will do it. So your final score, 92-73. 92-73, and the AAA Academy Stallions victors here. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivany. We'll take a quick timeout as the teams shake hands. But again, the championship of the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic, the AAA Academy Stallions. We'll be right back. This is Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. And we welcome you back. 92-73, the final. AAA Academy Stallions over the Mules of Alamo Heights. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex has another silver trophy to take home. With me, Tim Singleton, the head coach of AAA Academy, and to coach not only a great team win, obviously, but the bright spot. 47 points for your star junior guard, King McClure started, and you see yourself on TV. It looks kind of good, don't you? It says Tim Robinson, but it should be Tim Singleton. Tim Singleton joining me here courtside here. Coach, one thing, the obvious, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. It's King McClure, his play, especially in the first half, starting off hot, 15 points in a matter of 4 minutes. Talk about your junior guard.
He was really excited about this last game, and one thing we have to be grateful is that in the beginning, this is the longest time that we had to warm up. So he had maybe 30 minutes to kind of get out there and kind of get feels of the court and the ball looked like an ocean for him today.
Well, you talk about that left knee. We saw it in the game against Westlake on Friday morning. He kind of tweaked it a little bit, and you talked about just the amount of basketball games here played. He scored 34 points in the game, the win over Seguin, if you will. Then he comes back with just a thunderous game tonight. Is that what we can expect from King McClure just every night when he's starting to feel the touching and he gets that time to really warm up? I mean, what's the rest of the Metroplex in store from AAA Academy and King McClure?
Well, King is a tremendous talent. He's an offensive machine. There's not a shot that he can score on the court. He's very aggressive, and the Metroplex have to beware of King McClure because, like I say, he's a tremendous talent, and we're excited that he's wearing our uniform.
Absolutely. We take a look at some of the second half stats here. Really, when you think about it, you kind of know your starting swing man, if you will. You talk about some of the other players that really step up and play defense for you. Obviously, your son doing a nice job defensively there with Tyler Singleton. I know there's some times where I know as a father you're trying to make him point him right in the right direction, but really down low you've got really a force with Dalen Mumphrey, and I know that that's something you're working on. But one thing about the AAA Academy Stallions that I noticed this weekend, you guys really try to put the onus on defense. You know what you're capable of, obviously offensively, but defense is still a big part of your game.
Yes, offensive never have been a problem with us. You're talking about King is a tremendous scorer. We have Jeremiah Jefferson, who's not even playing in this tournament, and Tyler can score as well. So we figured if we can put more emphasis on defense, we'll be a lot more successful as a team because we have to practice stopping team. We need more stops so that we can get the ball in transition and get our high-powered offense going.
It's really nice because you get a good target like Ben Lammers right before you start your play in the Metroplex area trying to vie for your championship run. It's been nice talking with you. Congratulations. Go hoist that trophy, Coach.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much. And we are grateful to be here.
Very good. He's Tim Singleton. I'm Joe Taylor. We'll be right back to wrap it up from Austin.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
And we welcome you back. Courtside here as we take a look at the championship presentation here as the Alamo Heights Mules awarded their second place trophy here. Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety here as we welcome all of you back courtside here for the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel's coverage of the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic, of course benefiting the Ronald McDonald House charities both in Austin and in Central Texas. We welcome back to the courtside here, Max Ivety. I know this is a special time for you. Get to see a lot of the players that you follow and cover the recruiting trail very hot in the state of Texas.
Absolutely, and we got some very worthy award winners as well.
You take a look at some of these award winners as we get a good look at just the overall stars of the game. You look at 47 points by King McClure, 15 of those in the first 4 minutes of the ball game. And again, just really doing a great job both in the first quarter, second quarter. Maybe took some time off in the third quarter, started to heat up again. King McClure obviously is where AAA Academy is going to fuel most of their offense, but I'm very happy to see a good night turned in by Alamo as Alamo Heights really doing a job just fighting back to try to keep this game at least manageable. For an undefeated team, they showed some moxie there at the end of the ball game.
Yes, I just had a chance to visit with Coach Brewer, and he said, nobody likes a loss, but they learned from it, they competed, they didn't give up, and I respect that.
So the top three teams as far as our coverage here, it goes the way of the Stallion. They finish as champions of the Westlake Holiday Classic. The runner-up, the Alamo Heights Mules, and in the consolation broadcast that we brought to you earlier, Pflugerville. So the top three teams, AAA Academy out of the DFW Metroplex, and of course Alamo Heights out of San Antonio, and representing Central Texas and the greater Austin area, the Pflugerville Panthers. Not a bad little three-way trip around the state of Texas.
No, it was great. In fact, the gap is closing. We don't have as much talent in terms of numbers, but Austin and San Antonio are now competing very well against Houston and Dallas. It was tremendous.
For Max, I'm Joe. We'll see you next time. Good night from Austin.